almost Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Should we do a Halloween episode?
Probably.
Should we be like dressed up or something?
He's got the time.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Should I just like start the party, I guess?
Yeah, just hit it.
Oh yeah. That's the stuff.
Just wanted to
Creepy.
Just wanted to
We love bots, we do shots, we play with toys, excite the boys. Bots and shots, 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 bots and shots.
Well, hi there.
Hey.
I am Mike.
And I am Zach.
I don't think we've actually done that intro in a while. Like,
No.
we haven't like introduced ourselves in a long
I
time.
think we just assume-
There have been people just like watching this, like, I wonder who these guys are. They're really funny.
It's in the name, though.
It's not anymore. I took it out.
It's not BOTSNSHOTS.
No, I took that out. Yeah.
Mike and Zach.
I took that out a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, we're Mike and Zach.
I think it's what I used as a reference to make
Yeah.
sure I knew who I was in the scheme of things.
Oh, in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah, I don't know who I am.
In the scheme mask of things?
Where did my W-2s keep going? Where are my taxes going, people?
Yeah, I
Who
definitely
am I?
don't pay you under the table.
No. Well, and high fives under the table.
Low fives. Handies. That's an old joke. That's a callback right there.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that callback. Handies under the table.
Classic Halloween callback.
So yeah, welcome to the Halloween episode. We're doing this a little different. Frankly, doing an all Transformers Halloween episode, I just didn't want to come up with like 10 Transformers that are Halloween.
And we've done it.
And we've
for
done it
a few
before.
years.
Yeah.
And last year we couldn't because of everything.
Because of everything. Yeah.
So we did like a live
We
stream.
did a live stream. Yeah, well, actually, it was a fun live stream.
Yeah.
I barely remember it.
Did we do the Pit of Judgment with the Sharkies?
I think so, but it's been a while, so it's hard to remember.
Yeah.
But this time we're doing something a little different. It's been a long time since we've done a non-Transformers episode of Bots and Shots.
It's been a long time since we've done an episode of BOTSNSHOTS.
That's true. Well, we did one normal one. I figure let's break tradition and just do a weird one right after.
Yeah, right after. No context.
No context.
People
We're
might have just jumped out like, what? I thought this was a Transformers
You guys
show.
do Transformers, right? No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but no.
Well, the shots are still here.
The shots are definitely in. Actually, I thought about texting you, being like, "Do you want to get high tonight instead of getting drunk? Because that will make tomorrow like 1,000 times easier.
That's true.
I'll get baked off my ass tonight and still function tomorrow. But like 10 of these babies, and I'll be like,
yeah, I'm barely gonna survive.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
well, you know what? Let's go ahead and just get started.
Yeah.
Let's. When we're doing this, we have a lot of non-Transformers toys. Like, we both collect more
I don't
than
know
just
if you've
Transformers.
seen this side of the
Yeah.
room over on my side.
That's just a lot of Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Star
It's
Wars.
funny, like I always sit kind of next
You
to
do.
the Star Wars.
And I'm next to the Transformers, even though you don't really like Star Wars that much at all. Yeah,
I should be over
You really
here.
should be.
I should be over there.
But we're not. You're not.
I'm
This is how this. We can't stop now. This is the way it's been for our whole lives.
I think at one point
I was born on this side.
wasn't I over there at one point though?
I don't think so.
I don't remember. It's been so long.
No, I don't think so. I think I've always been on this side. Let us know. Have I always been on this side? I honestly can't remember.
And we refuse to research.
I will not look it up.
We will not.
Absolutely. So anyways, for this, we decided to jump outside the realm of Transformers and think about what are some scary monster toys that we have that we want to show off. Because that's essentially what this show is all about, is getting drunk and flexing about the toys that we own.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Yeah.
That's all we do.
Yeah, that's all we do. So
I'm genuinely scared of people knowing where I live. They can see what I have.
That's true. I went with like maybe the scariest monster I think that I have in my collection. And that is NECA TMNT Razar. How do you say it? You say Mama. Voiced by Frank Welker.
Yes, so technically,
it's in theme.
It's canon.
It is canon. This is canon. So this just came out. I think it was like the end of last year.
I think I just said Razar.
Razar. I think in the 2012
Razar Ghoul.
Razar Ghoul. Yep.
Why wasn't that in the
I don't
Turtle
know.
Batman
It's a great.
crossover?
I don't know. It's right there. Anyways, so this is Razar, and he was from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, and he is a big old chunky boy.
He is a chunky boy.
He is a chunky. He's got like, they got like real little chains all over him, keeping all his armor on. Just like in the movie, he's got like a car like grill.
Yeah, like a classic grill.
Like a classic grill for like, he's like a hubcap up here in places. He comes with just a log.
Yeah.
For a weapon. Actually, they don't really say which weapon goes with who, because he came in a 2-pack with Toka, and I had a tough decision on which one to put in here, because I think I agree with you what you said. Like, I like Toka better.
Yeah.
As a
I like the way he looks better.
Yeah. But this is a scarier looking.
He's a wolf man.
He's a wolf man.
This is Halloween
and
time.
look at how scary his visage is. This big old maw.
Like he's
Mama.
Like, it's scary, but it's really cute
in a weird way. Yeah,
because I think it's just like some parts of it, like super goofy, but I would still not want it coming after me.
But he came in a 2-pack, so if you got one, you got both. That's just kind of how that is. And he came with this log. He also came with there's like a big pipe, like a drainage pipe. And he actually came with a little big hubcap that I think fell off somewhere up there, and I don't know.
It'd be cool if like they came with the pipe and the log because they were doing like work share experience. Like they were letting him become like handyman after the turtles defeated them.
Well, speaking of which, they also came with donuts.
That's right.
And in his hand, he has the donut with the little ice cube
there
in
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
So you can't fool this dog.
No, man.
He's gonna find the pills in that.
That's
peanut
right.
butter.
He's too smart for you. But I really like this. He looks great on the shelf. He's really thick and hefty. Cool. Yeah, he's a little sharp.
Well, he's like, and it was cool rubbery stuff. Like, I was so paranoid about breaking those little spikes.
No, but like his claws and his teeth, like he's a sharp boy.
I love those hands.
Yeah,
they look so killer.
He did come with a couple different hands, but I have them put away in a little bin up in the top of my closet, and I didn't want to fish them all out. Just to show you, he came with different hands.
We've done this before.
Well,
we have things that have many hands.
Yeah. I'm glad he's got his loincloth, though. It's kind of...
Yeah, you don't want to see his creepy dog dork.
No, you really don't.
His creepy dog dork.
The fuck?
His lipstick?
I know the Red Rocket. I got it. I know what you mean. I just wish I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this guy. He's a fun member of the collection. I had to special order him from NECA's website. It was like $70 for this 2-pack. So he's basically a $35 figure. Yeah. Which I think, for the price.
Honestly, I feel like if you found him in a single pack at like a Target, he would be
a $35. Yeah.
Like $30 with tax. So it's gonna be
that's how much kind of the NECA Ultimates go for. Yeah. It's about $35.
Yeah. So I figured that feels like that's what NECA would pull.
Yeah, for sure. So
it makes sense.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think that was the only way to buy him. I don't think he ever got released in stores, and I think they were numbered. Like you had,
it was kind of a controversial decision by them because they tried to limit the demand for it because of all the scalping.
Correct. Yeah, that was back when NECA the Turtles kind of first started, and scalping was a real problem with those. So much that I think the owner of NECA is like, man, I can't find these anywhere. Yeah. I think he said that on Twitter or something.
I like finding my own stuff.
Yeah. But I do not regret spending that $70 on these. They're just fun, especially if you like Turtles 2. I think of the first 2 movies, they both have their pluses and minuses. I think I've watched the first one and can quote it more. But I do still like the second one an awful lot.
I think it's because it has the none of the seriousness of the first
Correct.
one. It's all fun.
It's all
the way
fun,
through.
yeah. Well, and as a kid, that's more fun. That's more entertaining, I guess.
It was fun growing up and getting your mind blown about they never used their weapons.
Yeah,
That was a mind fuck.
I don't know when someone points out, the turtles never use their weapons in the second movie, and you're just like, no, they do too. And then you try to think of a time they do.
Everyone goes to the Mikey cold cut combo.
No, he's using sausages. Yeah, he's using actual cold cuts. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the second one more also.
Yeah.
Even though the first one is probably technically better.
I think the first one is legitimately a good movie.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that it's about mutant turtles. Like, it's based on the comics. It's definitely a lot more adult and serious. And I think it holds up. Like, I feel like the effects and everything hold up. And they're the same effects for 2. And they hold up mostly, but you have like some like the Super Shredder where you're like, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, I really like those movies, both of them. The third one, we can just kind of forget that exists, to be honest.
I can't.
You have to.
It won't let me. I go to counseling, Michael. It won't let me.
Damn. That's rough, buddy.
It's still Halloween, Michael.
Can it not be?
It sucks. I love Halloween.
You love it currently, or loved it?
I like the idea of it.
I'm in love with the idea of it, but I'm not falling out of love with it.
No, honestly, I think it's because as a gothy weirdo, like every day is Halloween to an extent. So like I'm always buying weird spooky stuff and doing spooky stuff.
Yeah.
And, like having one day to do it just seems kind of cheap.
I mean, that makes sense.
It's like a fair weather fan thing. You know?
Sure, yeah.
Like people who only do like certain Star Wars things when it's like an event at Disneyland.
Exactly. Well, I was about to make that direct comparison with the whole May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
When May the 4th rolls around, everyone's like, oh, I love Star Wars. You guys, May the 4th be with you. You get it? You're like, okay, yeah, but like, listen, for me, every day is May the 4th. I live and breathe and sleep and fuck Star Wars.
Lily is not okay with him having sex with those.
No, but you know what? She knew what this was.
Like several years ago when they had those like 4 foot tall clone troopers, guess why he bought 12 of them and asked me to help him drill holes in them. He likes doing it.
So they could drill holes in me.
Yeah. Cheers.
Jeez. So what you got?
Oh yes, it's my turn. We're back on this Halloween trip.
Yep.
Sucker.
That's the whole episode.
He has a big monster.
I have a monster.
I'm gonna go with a monster.
You got a monster?
Yes,
In
I
your
got
pants?
Well, I got this toy though. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Please do. I just no. Sorry, that's really funny.
Shame. It was shame, Michael. It was just shame. Anyway, secret shame aside, this weird monstrosity is named Zerum.
Zerum.
And he's from his own self-titled Japanese horror movies called Zerum and Zerum 2.
Zerum, I hardly knew him.
You guys are going to have so much sex later.
Does that work?
Yeah,
right.
Sure. But the reason I know what this dumb thing is, because I saw the movies years later, but there was a weird like 6-episode OAV or OVA anime series called Iria about the bounty hunter chick who hunts him. It's kind of a prequel that sets up how she knows this dude, and he's this weird like monster man from beyond the stars.
Well, that makes sense because his hat is basically some kind of fungus vagina.
Yeah, and he's got that cool little and that's
the kabuki face,
and that's actually the monster thing. Like it comes out like a weird like intestine snake thing, whatever.
Well, and he's got this like weird tail spine thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's in the anime or that, because I think this is technically modeled off the movie thing, but the first anime, this is what he looks like. And I had seen this one time, because I love that series growing up. It was one of my favorite dumb anime series.
Okay.
I think it was by like US manga. So it had like the same voices from like Record of Rose War and the dubs and stuff. And I saw this at an anime expo, I think. and it was like $300, and I'm like, I'm not fucking buying that.
No.
And then just randomly, I was looking at something area related during the lockdown when we were trapped at home, and there was some guy up in Chicago selling this and an area figure that goes with it for like $70 for
Nice.
shipping, and I'm like,
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
so
Yeah.
I have this weird, obscure anime movie monster in my collection, and
That's how that happens sometimes. That's how it works.
And he does have like a weird. His cape is like weird, thick plastic. See if
Oh my
it's
god, you
just taking his head off.
took off his head. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is how this works. I only did this when I first put them together. You kind of slide him out, and he's got like a monster bod.
Oh yeah, he's got a monster.
I don't have the good head. There's a head you're supposed to use for when the jacket's off, and it's like kind of cheesy and slides in the cape, but this is essentially, he's a bit more posable. He's got like weird.
So he
joints.
does have articulation. Yeah, because
Yeah.
this is like
Yeah,
this is basically a figure by itself. Like
yeah.
look at this. Look at this cape.
He just comes from that cool era of weird monster movies, and the head like lights up. But I'm always so lazy about putting batteries and stuff for light up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Those kick back on, complete the image. But yeah, I was just super jazzed to fucking find one of these things, just because I never. It's one of those weird like secret grails. Like you don't really want to call it a grail because you're not actively looking for it. But then when you accidentally find it, you're just like, oh shit.
A channel I watched calls those beige whales instead of like a white whale,
Right.
where it's like, yeah, it's on your list, but you're like not actively looking for it, and you won't pay any amount of money to get there. But like, if you see a good deal, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely my beige whale. He
Yeah.
has some beige tones to him too. But I just always love this monster design.
It's a cool looking monster.
It just
design.
looks so cool and
For
creepy,
sure.
and it was one of those. The effects in the live action movie are very similar to like the live action Guyver movie.
Sure,
And
yeah,
I love that. I
absolutely.
love that monster makeup where everything looks
Yeah.
kind of crazy and chunky. He's like an Ultraman villain type thing.
Yeah, he definitely has that like a Guyver villain vibe.
He's
or
like the
something, yeah.
darkest Power Rangers
Yeah.
villain you've ever seen.
I actually mentioned that when I said he looks like he's a little bit more adult, but he kind of looks like a Sentai villain.
Yeah, like he's a little bit. He's just the horror side of it.
For sure.
But
yeah.
I figured it's a good pair up for.
Yeah, we
giant monster
got
men.
some big old monster guys there. Look at those.
I just have a little issues with leaning, but it's because of his weird pants.
Yeah. I hate it when I have my weird pants on.
I know, your hammer pants.
Yeah.
It's the only time you've seen a tough monster with him. I guess we could have done the Ninja Turtles one.
Oh, that's true.
So for all you deep cut anime nerds, this one's for
Do you recognize this? Let us know in the
Do you
comments.
want to? Do you want to hang out and talk weird, obscure anime? Because
Or go watch it, because
my-
I'm not going to.
I could bring it over one time. I have it on DVD. It's actually really good.
I'm not gonna watch it.
It's really
I'm
good.
just not
though.
gonna watch
It's
it.
fun.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay. It's fun though.
I'm not going to watch it.
I mean, I don't really care about Harry Potter one way. I mean, they're fun movies, but I'll never read the books.
I read the books a long time ago, and I feel like I just never have to read them again.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, they weren't bad, but you're just like, okay.
Yeah, like I've done it. For a while I was resisting it because I was like, I only read real fantasy.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings are nothing. And then I was like, they're popular. I'll give them a try.
Yeah.
I'll give them a try. They're not the worst things I've ever read, but they're also not the best things I've ever read. Well,
We're already straying way off.
we started off topic. We need to bushwhack our way back to the trail. Just
chopping
chopping through it. Let's go ahead and get started with round 3 here. Well,
It's my
it's my turn.
It's still your turn.
Yeah, it's still my turn.
We
Because
do
go
that-
back
we
and
do-
forth.
Yeah,
Go back and forth.
My brain, my drunk recollection brain still jumps back to doing double shots every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't do that no more.
We don't do that no more.
No.
Don't do that no more.
So for this round, we're still sticking with the monster thing.
Yeah,
that's like the thing.
we're in the game.
Yeah, we're in the game.
But you know how it is with Halloween. When you're a kid, it's all monsters.
It's all monsters. Honestly, I almost put Darth Vader on my list because, like, he's scary.
He's a monster.
He's a monster. Exactly. But spoiler, Darth.
He's on the list.
He's not on the list.
But sometimes when you get a little bit older, Halloween, she gets a little bit sexier.
She does get sexier. So I got my sexiest monster.
Yeah, your sexiest monster's on the list.
Absolutely. And there's not much sexier than a shirtless skull man.
Oh, baby.
This is Mythic Legions Cronow. Ooh, Cronow. Yeah, I think it's actually Cronow, but whatever. It's
a cranberry cocktail over here is having a good time.
That's right. He is... So Mythic Legions does these homages to Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
And some
of them are fucking amazing.
Some of them are great. This was actually the first one that I bought.
I could have sworn you were going to do the Hordak one. But...
I almost did, but I like, he's like a skull. He's a skull skeleton man, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like it. And this is actually one of the first Mythic Legions I bought.
So he's got the nostalgia.
He's Trapjaw, basically. Who's a Skeletor villain. And I really dig it.
He's named Cran Apple now.
Yeah, that's right. From my Ocean Spray.
Yeah, the Ocean Spray Mythic Legions line.
That's right. It was kickstarted.
Yeah, nice. Cran. Yeah. I can't wait for Cran Great.
That was my favorite.
Oh.
Yeah. But the Mythic Legions lines are real neat because you get a figure, but they come with just a ton of stuff. He comes with an alternate head that's just like a helmet with horns. So if you're not digging the skull, and you can actually take this little crown diadem thing off. He's got a little opening jaw. So if you just want a little skeleton man, you can have a little skeleton man. So you can kind of do what you want, but they're also modular. Like the heads, the arms, the legs, all these things come off. So if you want to kind of make your own character figure.
Did the pants come off?
Yeah, they do. They really do. So they're kind of modular.
I love those feet.
Yeah,
This thing's feet are.
They got like just big old spiky steel feet. I like his one like armor plated arm.
Yeah.
But then he's like, fuck it, I don't need anything over here.
Yeah, because
I'm good.
Defends with that side.
That's right.
Flails people.
That's right. So he came with a bunch of weapons. He came with his big ass sword. He came with like a shorter sword and a dagger. He came with this mace, which I think is rad.
The sword is shorter, but it still gets the job done.
That's right. No, don't shame him for the size of his sword.
Works.
But he also just likes to carry around his biggest sword just hanging out. You know, it's not compensating.
No. But I've almost dipped into this line at least 20 times.
Yeah, it's tough.
I keep almost buying one of the Legion Skeleton Warrior guys, just because we have Tierson and I have like a little skeleton guy collection.
Sure.
Look good there. But I'm worried if I buy him, I will fall down the hill all the way.
That is a real possibility because I was like, you know what, these things are popular. When I got into it, this was the wave that was pre-orderable because this is how they do it. They do a open pre-order that anyone can buy as many of them as they want, and then they come out like a year later. So you order them, and then you wait a while, and then you get them. But you don't have to worry about like, are they going to sell out? Like, do I have to fight other people for them? No, they make them to order. However many people order them and buy them during that time. And that's also the cheapest that it's possible to be. This was $35 when you order it that way. If you waited and like got it from Big Bag Toy Store, they just bought it for $35 from the website the same way I do. And then they jack it up. So you're already paying more for the same figure.
But sometimes if you miss the window, you miss the window. So
that's true. So
me getting started on some of the older ones, I'd probably have to backtrack.
You're good. And just like anything else that kind of is like this, as soon as that open order window it's basically outside that initial release, and it's going to be more expensive. And they only really go up. So it's kind of an investment a little bit. But if you want to get one, that's the best place to start. So I definitely love this. This was the figure where I was like, okay, I'm going to dive in and I'm going to buy this one.
You're going to test the water.
I'm going to test. But that being said, this is not the first Mythic Legion that I received. It was just the first one I bought. Because sometimes they do in-stock sales of previous waves. Like they made extras and then they kind of sold them again. So I bought some from the in-stock sale and I got those sooner because you don't have to wait the year because the year has already been weighted for that.
It's just like the leftovers.
Exactly. So I got some before I got this, but this was the one that I was like, okay, I'm going to drop some money on Mythic Legions. And he did not disappoint. I really do enjoy him. I will say, once you kind of got a few, you start to notice they just reuse the same parts and kind of repaint them. So, like, he didn't have any original parts. He just had original deco.
Especially him.
Yeah.
Because he's an homage figure, so they're going to do that.
Yeah.
But the same with like Marvel Legends. Like,
Absolutely.
the bodies are always repeats.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot of the same accessories.
Exactly.
And junk,
It's exactly like that. But they've done some fun homages. They've homaged He-Man, Skeletor, Evil Lyn.
Panther one is
Panther and Cringer. I've got Mossman and Stinkor coming. So they're fun. They're fun to kind of have.
I hate seeing them because it's always like that temptation.
Yeah, you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want it. You know you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always feel like Rhodey in the first Iron Man. Next time. But hopefully.
But then he never did because he got replaced.
If I lived with you though, if we were roommates,
yeah,
we would have like we would have an only Mythic Legions room at this point.
Right,
We would
probably
be just donating like all of our figures to this shrine.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got nipples and everything.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's sexy. That's the whole reason we did him.
We are keeping it sexy. We're in the sex round for the sex folk, for the sex people.
That's right. If your kids are watching, don't let them. What's wrong with you? Why are you doing that?
If the kids are knocking, stop having sex. You're gonna freak them out.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
It's the sexy round. We're talking
This is not sexy. This is not sexy.
Want to drink away the pain?
Yes, please.
That's me.
Yep, it's you. It's
me.
The sexy one.
It's me here. It's me we're talking
Who
about.
do you think is sexier?
Because it just depends on what you're into.
Yeah, it's true. You're into bears, you're into twinks.
Twatters,
Yeah,
I think I'm.
whatever.
I think I'm that borderline between a twink and an otter. Like I'm a little too tall, a little too hairy to be a twink.
That makes sense.
So twatter. So we're both children.
Yep.
Of the Well, we both were born in the 80s, but
Yeah.
primarily we remember the 90s.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Like a little bit of the 80s.
I feel like the 80s kids were actually born at the end of the 70s.
Like mid
to late 70s.
Like 75 to 79.
Yeah.
Those are 80s.
Those are 80s kids. I was born in the beginning. He's mid 80s. I was like early 80s.
Yeah.
But the 90s, I was in like third grade in like 91.
Yeah, I feel like.
So,
Let's say the age cutoff is like once you become 8 years old, that's when you cross over into what your decade. That's when you like you remember flashes before that.
Yeah.
But from 8 years old on, you were pretty conscious of your. But for our age group, there was a phenomenon in the 90s called the bad girl wave.
Oh yeah.
And
I had feelings about these.
We all had feelings.
Oh my god.
And so I submit for the sexiest round. The loose collector executive replicas, whatever, Lady Death. It's essentially a guy who did custom Marvel Legends got the go ahead to make a Lady Death figure in Marvel Legends style, and here we
this
go.
is it. This is her.
She was like one of the chief 90s bad girls that everyone knew about.
There was a big three there. There was Lady Death, Witchblade, and like Fathom.
Fathom was there, like Vampirella.
That was also a good one.
Yeah, you had a whole slew, and then like Angela from Spawn.
Oh yeah, she was definitely part of it.
Yeah, you had Psylocke.
For sure.
Psylocke came to the fore.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so you had a whole wave of like, scantily clad but tough as nails.
Fathom just had bubbles in strategic places.
Yeah,
because she was a water person.
I knew next to nothing about Fathom.
Same. I just remember
the creator died of cancer, and it was a big thing.
Yes, it was. But I just remember that those drawings made me feel things. Mm-hmm.
So this figure, it has all the Marvel Legends posability. It's buxom as hell. Hippie for days.
She's got the hips and the nips.
I remember the prototype when they announced this, because I thought, buying it for exactly an episode like this and to go with our 90s collection, because Tirsa and I, we have like Darkness fig, because she loved the Darkness. We have a bunch of all the weird 90s nostalgia stuff, because that's when we grew up. She was a lot less curvy in the prototype. Oh, yeah. They definitely curved her out.
It's like there was a slider and someone just took it all the way up.
People are paying money for this. Yeah. So let's
sex it up.
I actually sort of vaguely customized this, because there was a line in the 90s, more action collectibles. They did like the Lady Death figures and the Witchblade figures, and they were not super posable, but very super detailed, especially in the booby department.
That was a big deal back then. That was the important thing.
And I remember me and my friends had gotten a few of them at Comic-Cons or whatever.
Sure.
So I had an old Lady Death in storage, I think in my mom's garage with all my other old action figures. So when I was moving and stuff, right around the time I got this figure, I found the old one, and she came with the old cloth cape, and so I switched out the plastic cape, and then I think it looks a lot better.
Yeah.
A really booby figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't...
Just, for science.
Yeah.
All right. Just wanted to look at her butt.
Yeah.
See how much it was covered.
Yeah.
Not really.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No.
Nope.
It's an exact...
Yeah.
And because I think this did so well, they've expanded the brand.
Are they doing more?
They're making another figure from, I guess, the modern Lady Death called Hell Witch, which is like, I guess, another version of Purgatory because they can't use the same character license.
That makes sense.
But the guy who made this is making a figure of Hell Witch now, but got the license from Dynamite Comics, so he's now making a Purgatory that scales with this, but is not owned by the creator that owns this, and the sort of knockoffs there.
That's very convoluted.
But he's also making a Vampirella and and a Red Sonja.
Red Sonja.
Yeah,
that's
to go with it. So he's making the whole slew.
Right.
But yeah, so the Batgirl thing, I guess because the 90s kind of came back, it's kind of back in here. And this figure is definitely probably not worth the money that you pay for it, but it definitely...
How much was she?
I think it was like 70.
Yeah.
I bought it under a period of confusion.
Like sexual confusion?
No, it was during lockdown. And it was kind of like I guess I'll buy it because we had like a bunch of weird 90s toys and it seemed kind of cool to have.
It was the thing to do at the time.
Yeah, and I kind of
regret... The world was falling apart, you were stuck inside.
I regret it, but I don't regret it at the same time. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
I don't have to buy any others, so I'm fine with it. But I kind of don't.
Yeah.
It's the same with Unicron. I'm not really happy with what I paid for it, but like... I like it. Yeah, I like it. I don't want people to know what I paid for it, but I will own it.
Right.
And it looks...
That makes sense.
So I have her on a shelf next to Spawn, and we have a Darkness, and I have the Marvel Legends Angela. So I have kind of a cool 90s thing going on. So,
for sure.
But definitely adds to the sexy round.
It does. Who do you think is sexier? Shirtless blue skull guy, or...
I mean, she's got cans.
Pasty white death chick. I mean, but let's be honest. The goth chick always wins.
Yeah.
The goth chick always wins.
But I can see his nips.
That's true. But you can see her cheeks.
I'm losing it, man.
Dude, I'm like, this is a lot.
No, I'm losing the Halloween spirit.
Oh. Well, I know how to fix that.
You do? We are still rolling.
Yeah, we're rolling in the deep. There's a fire started in the park. It's been burning 4 days. Oh, something. Is that Adele?
I'm assuming. I feel like it sounds a lot rapier if a dude sings that song as opposed to the other one. You know what I mean? Like there's...
I could have had it all. Whoa, rolling in the deep. You held my heart inside your hand, and you played it to the beat. Is that scary?
Yeah.
I was scared.
It's a Halloween nightmare.
Can't believe I did that. All right. Well,
it's one of those times you didn't realize you knew all the words of that.
Yes, I really didn't. I haven't heard that song in like years.
Yeah.
And it just kind of came out.
It's one of those songs like when you were singing, I'm like, he knows all the words. But also I was like, but it's probably one of those songs he didn't know he knew all the words until we did it.
Well, there was a period of time where that song was just everywhere.
Yeah.
I remember one time, like, I left work and it was playing. I got in my car and it's on the radio. And, like, I turned the radio station and it's on a different radio station. Because Adele, in, like, 2012 or whatever, Adele was just everywhere. Then we just went to karaoke and people sang it anyway.
Yeah, but I didn't have to deal with it. But, I didn't have to deal with the warm-up practice versions of it before going to karaoke. You know what I mean? I didn't have to deal with that or hearing it repeatedly.
You got a point, Zach. Yeah. Now shut your butt.
Let's do a shot.
All right. So I feel like something's been missing from this whole episode so far. Like, it's been fun talking about action figures and stuff.
Do you also have the weird urge to transform something?
I need to I friggin' need it.
Yeah, like
it's so bad.
Yeah, at least one round. At least one round.
Just the one.
We promised no Transformers. We gotta do one. We gotta do one. We've had so many Beast bots and Monster bots and stuff this last year, and we've been missing in action because, but we have to do a round. So bear with us, everybody. I guarantee you we'll riff in directions.
100%. And who knows where we'll go. I don't even know where we'll go. We don't script any of this. No. We just get drunk and talk.
That's probably why it's so long and people don't like it.
It's a real big problem. I'm up first. And the bot I chose for our very special only bots and round in bots and shots is this creepy ass crawler right here. Creepy crawlers! That's the first thing that's just in my head.
Marketing.
Yeah. So this is Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Blackarachnia.
No, I actually got her before the end, or before the beginning of this year.
You did.
From a
You
friend of
actually
mine.
did. That's true. I didn't find one until the year had started.
Yeah.
But
So she was the beginning of this.
she was wave one. She was wave one, and there's like everyone's like, oh man, Beast Wars. Are we really doing Beast Wars? But I gotta say, like, she looks good.
Yeah.
She fucking looks good. This is the best Blackarachnia that's been made in the main line. Obviously, there's the Masterpiece one. Yeah. But for a $20 figure, instead of a $120 figure.
And it fires up. I mean, that is a decently creepy looking spider.
This is a creepy ass Black Widow spider.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You could do all kinds of, you can give her like the Spider-Man logo.
Yeah.
With her legs, you know, where you do this thing. Like that. She's got like spinnerets back here. Like, there's just a lot of cool stuff.
She was the first figure that made me feel like, okay, Kingdom's going to be a good one.
Yes, exactly.
Like
that first wave was strong.
Well, and there was a lot of trepidation when they mentioned they're going to do Beast Wars stuff so soon. Because we were both kind of like weird about it, and I think we're both still kind of weird about the trajectory of how they did work for Cybertron.
Well, it seems like a big jump to go from we just got Earth modes in Earthrise, and now we're doing Beast Wars.
Yeah. It felt like it was a weird kind of tangential. Like they should have every guy from Siege that had a mode that changed in Earthrise should have been saved for what Legacy is, and they should have put other figures.
Agreed. I agree with that.
That aside,
I agree with that. Yeah.
We were all skeptical about this, but this was the first figure I got, and I was like, yeah, this is really fucking solid. And then when you got her, it was like, okay.
Yep. She is real good. So I'm just gonna transform her, I guess. But her spooky spider mode is real good.
Honestly, I did not expect the legs to be that cool and weird.
No, well, the way she transforms is just, it's nuts.
Yeah.
It's really,
be careful with
really
that tab.
Yeah.
If you have first generation tab.
Yeah, I do.
Then it might be an issue. But it's weird because she's a symptom, the positive symptom of what Hasbro did, where they started ripping off their MP designs a little bit and kind of dumbing them down for the people that want to spend $120.
100%. That's what happened.
And it paid off like crazy for that line. I mean, Kingdom wasn't perfect. There have been some duds in that line.
Yep.
But the amount, like, it's weird to think that we were talking about doing like a best of the entire line, and just thinking about it off the top of my head, and not even because it's most recent, but some of my top 10 bots, at least half the line is from Kingdom.
Yes.
Just automatically, just because, like, like her, Cyclonus, Optimus Primal, all these other ones just came out of nowhere, and you're like, what the fuck?
Where did these come from?
And it kind of it's weird because, and I think it's a symptom of the pandemic, the way it happened, but it kind of erased a bit of your memory about Earthrise.
A little bit,
because Siege,
Earthrise just was nothing.
Well, and Siege had its own life.
Yes.
It existed, and we all loved it.
Yep.
And then Earthrise happened, and there was a lot of regurgitation of Siege because they're redoing Earth mode versions of characters.
Yep. It was just Siege 2, but this time Earth.
And then Kingdom comes out, and it's a little bit of, like, a tiny bit of that, but then you get fucking balls to the wall crazy characters.
Yeah. So that's this is her. She's a quick transformation.
Yeah.
But she's ingenious. The way her legs fold up into her abdomen.
Yeah.
The way her head flips around to become the spider head, like it all works super, super well.
And she could have been in the sexy round.
She actually could have been in the sexy round. That's true.
Yeah.
She's got the titties.
The titties.
Yeah. The only thing that could have been better, and you can actually fix this a little bit,
And I did.
is there's a multi-pack that came out with a different Blackarachnia. She's got like
the toy version with the leopard bra.
She's got the leopard bra, but her legs are gold, the same like gold color that the rest of her body is, and it matches the cartoon.
Yeah, well, it's like a bronze. To gold
bronze.
thing.
Yeah.
It's more like the color of the actual legs on the boobies.
So
you can swap them
in
out.
the cartoon. That's the color that her legs were.
Yeah.
So you can swap them out, and I think it does look better. Like these black ones look better on that, and those gold ones look better on this. But I don't have that pack.
So here we are.
And
here we be.
And this is just the standard Blackarachnia.
But even without those leg adjustments, this figure was in my contender list.
Man, the head sculpt is just
it's completely accurate.
spot on.
It's one of those things where it's like, I know they reverse engineer from the MP, but they like nailed the show accuracy. The actual alt mode looks good and creepy and a little bit more modern. And fun. And it actually ended
I did not expect to like this figure as much as I did.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have any right to like this figure as much as I did.
Yeah.
Or do.
When I got it a bit early, it was kind of like, is this going to be the precedent for the Kingdom line? And it was.
And it kind of was for most of it. Yeah.
Some of the figures are a little bit, but the rest of it, like solid hitters.
Yeah.
Solid hitters. So yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's fantastic and boobalicious.
Yeah.
All right.
We're plowing ahead.
We're plowing your mom.
Plowing your mom ahead.
Plowing your head of mom.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
Hashtag
We're just workshopping these
hashtag
phrases.
plowing your head of mom.
They can't all be titties on the field.
Hashtag titties on the field. Hashtag titties in the field. Hashtag plowing your head of mom.
Hashtag Gary Sinise.
Gary Sinise. Gary Sinise.
Gary Sinise.
Gary Sinise is trending today.
Why? Because two assholes getting drunk talking about Transformers.
Damn right.
Won't stop saying his name. Before we get into yours, I think we should do some Transformers news. Yeah, let's do it now rather than
some trans talk.
Yeah, some Transformers talk.
Some Transformers talk.
I feel like we should say the whole word.
The Transformers talk.
Yeah.
It's a difficult.
I don't want to get into any
it's a difficult climate.
Right.
I understand. Some Transformers talk. So we both backed the HasLab.
Yeah. So there was a whole HasLab campaign in between the time we last recorded our episode and this one. Betwixt the two. So it's the Victory Saber. Yeah, which is Star Saber and Victory Leo. Yeah, and they just kind of smushed together. What do you think of it?
I don't know. I bought it because it was cool.
Yeah.
It was like semi-affordable.
It was for HasLab. It was $200.
It was semi-affordable for a character. Like, my only thing is I want to push the price on that or push it through so I can get a Deathsaurus.
Yes, that's true.
That's what I want. I want a Deathsaurus.
So the way I saw it, the way I kind of
You broke it.
I broke it. Yeah. I talked myself into it. It's basically the price of a commander class. Because if they did a Star Saber in the regular War for Cybertron line, it would be a commander class, 100%. Victory Leo, maybe commander class, but probably leader class.
So $50.
So $50 and $80 or $85 or whatever. That's like $130, $140, somewhere around there. Yeah. And then the extra money that he costs is just the premium for being a HasLab.
Oh yeah, my joke was that he was an import.
Or an import,
He was a Japanese character that doesn't really have a lot of legs to stand on here in the US.
So I looked up a lot of stuff on him. I mean, I knew about Star Saber back when the MP was announced.
He has a human child.
What?
He has a son.
Yes, he does, actually.
Yeah, he has an adopted son. Anyway.
So, and then today... PulseCon was the day we're recording this is PulseCon Day. The day
it happened earlier today.
Yeah, earlier today. So if you know when that happened, you know when we're recording this.
Yeah.
And they announced the next iteration of the Generations line, which is Legacy. And the first wave, I feel, is half promising and half okay. Sure, why not?
We're doing it.
Yeah.
We will see.
Yeah, so I have them all on pre-order. I know you only got some.
I only did half.
So let's talk about the good ones, starting with the deluxes.
Kickback.
That was, for me, that was the biggest surprise.
I'm a huge Insecticon fan.
Yeah.
I purchased many versions of it.
Yeah.
We have the Legends scale figures.
Yes, we do.
They're okay.
They're fine.
Other than that, that Kickback is everything I wanted in a Kickback. Shrapnel's my favorite, so I'm hoping that he's going to look good.
If they're doing Kickback, they're going to do them all.
No. I'm saying I'm hoping the Shrapnel is as good looking as the Kickback.
I don't see how it couldn't be, but I could say it
looks great.
Yep.
Drag strip.
Oh my god. Well, for me, it's the implication. Like, we're getting one of a combiner. You know you're getting the rest of the combiner. And he's going to combine. It says on the box.
Well, and as we've talked about way back in the day, I never bought Menasor in Combiner Wars.
Yeah,
I thought the figures looked cool. Like the Voyagers figures looked all right. Or no, deluxe. They were
deluxe.
They looked okay.
It was Voyager for Motormaster.
And I hated him.
Yeah.
And I hated the way the combined mode looked, so I never bought them.
Well, they were doing that thing where everything was repaints. Like, Dragship was just Mirage,
Well, he was a repaint of Dragship.
Mirage was a repaint of Dragship, you're right. But
But something about the combined mode of Menasor looked awful.
From my understanding, we're gonna get the Motormaster, and he's gonna be a commander class,
which makes sense because the trailer.
Yes,
him.
So and it's gonna be a full on, kind of like a third party combiner.
I wonder if they're gonna kind of have ripped off the DX.
I think so. I think
or
the X Transbots or whatever.
Yeah, where the trailer
becomes like the body.
Yeah. So Dragship is great.
Dragship's great.
Laser Prime
is the other great one.
He's an Earthrise Prime remold,
but like pretty heavy. Yeah. Like the top half looks completely different.
I wish his wheels flipped out on the side, and maybe you can make them flip out on the side with the thing. We'll get there. But I pre-ordered them because those are the three that grabbed me.
Sure.
The other three did not quite grab me, but we'll run them down.
Yeah. So we have Transformers Prime RC. Yes. Which is not exactly Transformers Prime. Like, it doesn't really. She's a motorcycle. Yeah. That's about where that stops.
And they said it was like
an homage.
It was franchise characters, but in a generation style.
Right.
Bulkhead.
Bulkhead is a Voyager class figure. I love the character Bulkhead. The Transformers Prime Bulkhead is one of my favorite characters in the entire line. This is different. He's like an army kind of carrier jeep kind of thing.
He looks G.I. Joe to the max.
He does look G.I. Joe to the max. Yeah. And then the last one is G1. No, is that right? No, G1 Skids.
I don't like it.
Honestly, I don't. I feel like I should. My car is named Skids,
but it's after the
it's after the IDW Skids.
But that's the thing is that Skids. I'm cautiously optimistic because there's been several figures, the G1 homage ones like the Grapples, which I don't give a shit about. But then you see it in person, you're like, okay, that's better than I thought. I'll buy it.
Sure.
So with the Skids, I'm holding out hope that maybe I'll like it after I see it in person, but it was not enough for me to lock down a pre-order. But you did.
I did.
You went all the way.
I went all the way.
And I understand completely. I was tempted. And
I can always cancel the ones if I don't want them, you know? Like, I feel like, whatever. Well,
and then the last one, or the other two exclusives, so those out there.
Oh, that's true.
Galvatron.
Galvatron. He is the reformatted Galvatron, where it's like he's mid-Unicron.
He looks like he's the new villain after Sargentron.
But to be honest with you, I didn't buy him for the Galvatron at all.
I bought him only for the Galvatron.
I feel like we should have just split it. Like, you could have the Galvatron. I can cancel mine if you want to do that.
Because all I want from the little figures is a little Cyclonus and a little...
Oh, no, I want them all. So,
okay, we're out there.
So it's the Galvatron. He looks like he's being reformatted for Megatron. He's got the grid thing going on. But he comes with the very thing that I said the Unicron should have come with from the beginning.
The ships.
The ships, the Junkion ship, Quintesson ship,
the Nemesis.
Yeah, what it was not the Nemesis.
No,
it's
the Revenge.
The Revenge.
The Revenge.
But then also just a ton of tiny little figures.
Yeah.
We're getting the Dinobots. We're getting RC. Yeah.
Why was the guy from Breaking Benjamin there?
I have no clue.
Like, I know maybe he's a fan of the franchise or whatever.
Well, he did because he had the tattoos and stuff on him.
That's cool, whatever. But also, like, are you kidding?
I will say this though. For every Breaking Benjamin lead singer we got DMC, and I fucking loved his song.
That was the business. That was the business.
But then for every DMC we got fucking Patton Oswalt, who just fumbled over every toy, had no fucking clue what he was talking about, and his mic was only barely. He sounded like he was 1,000 feet away from his microphone. Yeah. It was awful. Patton Oswalt, I know you're watching because you're a fan of my channel. I know you love us.
You love my
and I'm sorry. I'm saying this out of love. But that was awful. Yeah. It was terrible.
You phoned it in, and I get it. It's toys.
You're whatever.
So
also we got Ravage. We got Ravage.
I pre-ordered both the Galvatron and the Ravage.
Well, Ravage isn't a pre-order. I think Ravage is just they're gonna ship it 100%.
As soon as they previewed that toy, or Prime leaked it, or whatever it was, I was like, well, I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna get that toy. I know I'm gonna get an exclusive account to get that fucking toy because I love Ravage. I loved his dumb Russian accent. I loved everything about that. So I was in. I was sold. But it's my turn.
It's your turn. That's the news. Let's go ahead.
We recapped our news. We're doing monsters.
Yes, we are.
We're doing crazy shit. Let's just get nuts. This is Transformers Bumblebee? Buzzworthy Bumblebee,
yeah.
Whatever, 4-pack.
It's Worlds Collide.
Worlds Collide. Target exclusive, Fangry. He is a second generation headmaster. I think he's like with squeeze play and horrible.
Yeah.
He's Fangry. He comes from a 4-pack, 3 of which are worthy for this episode. You had Nemesis Primals, black repaint, qualifies for our classic Halloween shows.
Yep, absolutely.
You had a repaint of a black spider lady with the legs that you can change out and it works perfectly. But
that came in the same thing,
And I could have done either of those, but this guy is great because
I think we've done all the rest of those.
We've done Grotesque, we've done Repugnus, and I'm sure we've done
Twinferno or whatever they call them. Yeah.
But this guy is a werewolf man. Which means I think it's time for a werewolf bar mitzvah.
Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves.
It's my only impetus to want to do this dumb toy.
Such a stupid song.
He's basically, there's a full version.
I know, it's so good.
Donald Glover and Tracy Morgan hung out and wrote a dumb werewolf bar mitzvah.
Werewolf bar mitzvah.
And he's exactly Grotesque. Except instead of monster claws, he's got these weird ape human man hands.
Yeah. Yes.
I think it's supposed to be wolf man hands, but just weird apish hands, and then a wolf head because he's Fangry.
Oh.
He's very okay. Let's just jump into transformation.
Sure. Yeah, let's go ahead.
We've done this transformation before.
Yeah. Well, we've done this transformation before. We've done this mold before. This is the 4th version of this mold that's come out.
Yeah, I think the only weird one was the Repugnus because they bugged him out, so it's his bug pincers became.
But he's still kind of the same.
He's the same.
He's the same guy. He's the same mold.
Yeah, he hangs out on the weekends.
Yeah.
He had a kid, but he's still the same guy.
Yeah.
He's the same guy I went to college with. You know what I mean? He's still the same guy.
He still stands on his feet.
It's kind of weird transforming something after not transforming something.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, you just did.
I know what you mean. I did. You can do the same thing where you just don't have to transform the top half and it still kind of works. It still kind of works, yeah.
He actually has the headmaster's the strength, intelligence, speed thing.
Yes.
I thought it was going to fold down just the way it looked.
No, it's just there.
But it pops up, which is kind of weird. And the headmaster pops out. I don't know the name of the headmaster. I'm not going to look it up. The plastic feels weirdly cheap on this thing. But anyway.
What is Buzzworthy Bumblebee?
Buzzworthy Bumblebee. He doesn't come with any guns, which is kind of confusing.
That's kind of weird.
Here's the silly part. So he's a mold of Grotesque. He's not finished transforming. He's got these weird, spooky, scary hands.
They just look like the fine hands. Like they're fine.
So you flip the arm around, you tuck these hands back, and inside the hands were other hands.
Why would they even bother?
Yeah, so
why would they even bother?
Like the other one, you have claws.
The regular hands look
like a
fine.
fist, and then another fist hanging below the fist.
He's got his second fist.
And below the fist,
he's got the under fist. I look below my fist.
Can we start a hardcore band called the Underfist?
The Underfist.
Yeah. It's like a post pop hardcore band.
The Underfister.
We'll open for Atreyu.
Oh yeah.
We'll be Underfist. Opening for Atreyu and was it Under Oath?
Yes.
That
sure,
another one of those?
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, another one of those. That wasn't my scene, but I know there's other people out there. This is him, and he's Fangry, a member of Underfist. Overhand Underfist. A lot of people reported knee stuff, and I kind of see it.
Yeah.
Mine's not as bad. My thing is, his thing doesn't really click in.
Oh, that sucks.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
And you can see like the really choppy.
And it's like the opposite. If you, like, it's not an ankle tilt.
No.
Yeah.
So he was the reason why people were getting super nutty about this box set.
Yes, that is.
And he's possibly the weakest.
The worst one.
Yeah, because honestly, the only reason the weak knees and whatever didn't faze me is that was kind of a symptom of the titties return line.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
They kind of gang molded everything.
Yes, they did.
It was kind of shitty.
Yep.
So you're like, all right, whatever. But yeah, the lack of gun just bugged the shit out of me.
Sure, that's very annoying.
He was here for the werewolf bar mitzvah.
Spooky scary.
So we did it.
Yeah. And he's got a wolf head just hanging out on his back.
Yeah, he's got a wolf head backpack.
Yep.
His pack.
Pack.
Yeah, the wolf pack backpack.
Pack back.
The wolf pack backpack. I would recommend this.
So what you're saying is don't buy Worlds Collide just for this guy.
Yeah, and if you're interested in a majority of figures, it kind of pans out, but the rest of it, I mean, I mostly just bought this for the show. And
now what?
Primal. Yeah, he's just gonna be there.
Sure.
Just wasting another Halloween. Getting older.
Just wanted to feel good.
We're doing this.
Are we though?
Well, we're currently doing this.
I'm doing you.
Not currently.
Well,
But I mean, like,
in some
in a form and a fashion, you're
probably in some multiverse. I am. I don't know.
like right now.
Yeah.
This is all a VR hallucination in your sex dungeon that you have.
You know, I used to have a
sex dungeon.
Yeah. No, I had one of those.
That's where I met Dave.
Oh my god.
Hi, Dave.
I had an unreasonable anxiety when I was in high school, where I would be like on the toilet pooping or whatever, but suddenly thinking like, what if I'm not really on the toilet pooping? What if I'm like in the middle of class and I'm only hallucinating that I'm on the toilet pooping, but I'm just taking a shit in the middle of class?
Just like,
yeah, basically. And everyone around me is looking, going, what the fuck is Mike doing? Is he just taking a shit in the middle of class? But I think I'm at home because my brain broke or something.
It does explain your nickname, Big Poopin' Case.
That's right. Big poopin' case.
Big poop.
They call me Big Pooper.
This is a big poop.
Anyway, so that was just one of those weird things my brain would go to when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And sometimes now.
That's why I drink.
That's why I drink.
I drink because I'm worried about you worrying about that.
And I drink because I am an alcoholic. Oh my god, I'm really not. It felt weird saying that, but literally the only time I ever drink is during a show. Anyways, so
we're just chugging along.
We're chugging right along.
But no more chugs.
No.
Because we are back onto the Halloween-only spooktacular.
That's right. And for this round, I felt like doing something just a bit special.
You know, there's an actor that was a voice of our generation.
Yeah.
We've seen him in a million things, but we've heard him more than we've seen him.
That's true.
And I guess, should we...
let's just...
we announce the round? We're jumping full on into
1,000 years ago, superstitions and the sword ruled. I don't actually remember
Before
the
the dawn of man. That's a mockery of but yeah.
Dun, 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 da, da, da. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Yeah, so this is NECA's Goliath. And, it was voiced famously by Keith David,
yes.
the only non-Star Trek alumni in the show, practically.
Yeah. But he has been the voice of a lot of things, like just characters.
Oh, yeah. Keith David's been around, let me tell you.
Famously, he was in The Thing. And They Live.
Pitch Black.
He was in Pitch Black.
He was in Pitch Black, yep.
Just a fucking cool fucking voice actor.
He's a cool sounding dude. Yeah, he was. Season 6 of Community.
Yeah. I was going to say, if there was anyone to take over the role of Optimus Prime after Peter Cullen,
I would want it to be Keith David, 100%.
Yeah.
He is the optimal choice for Optimus Prime. So, man, this figure right here, the only thing I can really call it is just the audacity of this figure.
The audacity of this figure.
This thing, the amount of fucking shelf space this figure takes is just ridiculous.
I have this sitting in my my stack on Big Bad Toy Store. I just haven't had enough to ship out. I don't want to do it yet.
I also got mine from Big Bad Toy Store.
So I haven't seen the wingspan until tonight. And this is too much.
It's a lot.
It's a touch too much.
It's a lot. And there's not much you can do with it because, there's no articulation on the wings. Also, the wings are made of this weirdly, hard plastic.
Yeah.
So I'm genuinely afraid if he takes a tumble, which he has a tendency to because these joints are super loose. I do have the Kiki Fix Loose joints.
So
I think I'm gonna.
You need to invest in those NECA stands.
The stands, yeah.
That they always hype up.
Yeah, that's true. His tail does kind of help. It's like that weird kind of rubbery material, so it's a little bendy here, and it does just come off if you want to. But he needs a tail because he's Goliath. He comes with a couple alternate hands. He's got the open hand. He's got the fisty hands, and he has another one that's for holding. Because he comes with 2 accessories to hold. One is a book, which I think is
from when he's learned.
From when he's a learned gargoyle.
Yes.
And then he comes with a pepper, a jalapeno, if you will, because that's a thing in the show. I like the screamy, mad, white eye variant rather than the normal one.
As I said when we were before we actually started filming, it's weird to see him with actual nails and not just sharp.
Yeah, because in the cartoon they just had sharp points.
Sharp. Yeah. For that and the feet,
where they would just dig into the side of. That was like the yeah. So this is the first one they showed off and released. They have
since hit yourself in the glass.
I did.
That's how obnoxious.
That's how obnoxious these wings are. But he looks good. Don't get me wrong.
Fantastic.
He looks great.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He looks great.
Yeah. He comes with a couple accessories. The biggest thing that he was missing are the wings that drape around him like a cape, because that's when he's not being Goliath flying around, in attack mode. That's what he keeps them around with
the little hook. Yeah, these little 4 fingers up here.
Yep. So NECA just announced a couple days ago that they're releasing Bronx by himself, but he comes with a pair of Goliath's wings that are wrapped around.
But then they just announced Hudson, whose wings look kind of big in the picture.
Yes.
So does he gonna have
no. So what they said was their plan was always to make human characters or smaller characters come with extra accessories for the other figures. So Bronx comes with his wings. They've got Demona announced, so her wings might come with someone else. They like a Lexington or a regular human character, because they said they are going to do human characters. So was it Xanatos and
Riker?
Right, yeah.
Deanna Troi.
Yeah. Well, Deanna Troi is Demona. It's just
Yeah.
She's definitely coming out. But like Lexington is probably going to come.
I was thinking of Fox, but she was the chick on Frasier.
Yes, she was. She was.
He needs heels.
He does. So he stands on his tippy toes. And that's like how he stands. He just stands on these little. But they don't really.
They don't account for how heavy the wings are.
Correct. The wings are heavy as fuck. He just tends to want to fall over. So I can sometimes get him like I'll bend his legs down in like an action pose, and that puts his tail down enough to kind of prop him up.
Balance him.
So he'll balance like this just fine. But if you want him like kind of standing upright, it's super tough. Because the joints on his ankles aren't as strong as they could be, and his wings are very back heavy.
Yeah. But other than that, how does it feel to have a crazy Goliath figure?
It's something that I never honestly thought we would get.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was enough interest out there to do a Gargoyles figure. Like Gargoyles hasn't been a thing.
But I loved Gargoyles. That was the only show that made me come back to the Disney Channel was Gargoyles. And
That's fair.
So just like having... And I never bought... Because around when the toys came out, I think I was still firmly in my X-Men, Spawn, whatever phase.
Sure.
I wasn't really collecting them, but I loved the show.
But yeah, so this is Gargoyles Goliath. They've got a couple more coming out. They have the reverse evil Goliath.
Which I only don't like because... I want him to have the armor that he has later.
Yes. I also want the Mecha Goliath.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Either the Xanatos suit or
the robot version.
The drone.
Yeah, the drone. Yeah. Yeah.
Mecha, come on.
But I'm at least in, I think, for the main Gargoyles.
Yeah. I'm at least in for him and Demona.
Yeah.
Probably Bronx because I need those wings.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see where we go.
Well, Hudson. I mean, come on, Hudson.
I know. Hudson's my favorite. I gotta get Hudson.
He's Ed Asner.
Well, and then Tierce's favorite is Brooklyn's.
Yeah, and then you can't leave Lexington out. Poor little Lexington.
Yeah, and then we gotta get what's it? What's the other one? Was Lexington?
Broadway.
Because he's the fat one.
He's the fat one. Yep.
And he's Broadway. We're back out of real talk. We're just jumping in.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's what we're doing, right? That's what you want to do.
Welcome back to BOTSNSHOTS. We've been drinking. It's been a while. It's been a while again.
It's been a while. The last time I got this drunk was the last time I recorded BOTSNSHOTS.
Yeah. I got kind of drunk a couple weekends ago, but just on accident. I'm a heavy pour, and we were just talking, hanging out at the apartment.
Accidentally got really drunk. That sucks.
I'm just saying, I accidentally got really drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Like I drank more than I thought I was going to. I'm a heavy pour. I'm not an alcoholic. That's
I'm not an alcoholic. You're an alcoholic. You shut up, bitch.
I need help.
This is a cry for
I need help.
I'm the one with like this freaking thing in front of me, and you need help? Look at this.
I ordered that. It's just not with me, but I'm going to own it.
It's even worse.
Now I get to know what I'm in for before
true.
I even get it. Let's do a shot.
Let's just do a shot.
Do this round. We're Keith Daviding.
Speak for your fucking self.
We're Keith Daviding.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We're Keith Daviding
We are.
right now.
Yep.
I've been a voice of many things and a million things.
Yeah.
My pick for this Keith David round is the Spawn Man.
Is that the Bill Cosby thing?
I don't know.
With the Spawn and the Jello, the pudding.
Spawn. From our era in the 90s, you couldn't get away from Spawn. This dictated, as a toy nerd growing up, this was like the centerpiece.
Yes.
Especially because like there was a trajectory that followed through the 90s. And you kind of went, like after the 80s properties kind of died away, all you pretty much had was Marvel.
Yep.
Because DC was fucking off left and right. And Star Wars hadn't kicked in yet with Power of the Force.
Nope.
And then Spawn suddenly shows up.
McFarlane reared his stupid, non-articulated head.
At the time, at the time they were articulated.
Yes.
At the time.
Yeah, he kind of went through a phase. He went from articulated to like no articulation, and then back to articulation.
But I think it was the technology of the time. It wasn't until you got to the 2000s where
he cared more about sculpt than movement. Yeah, he wanted it to look good.
And that is a thing with this toy, as we'll get into.
Yes, we will. So what is this exactly?
This is the Kickstarter, was it the 30th anniversary or whatever? Spawn figure. He's supposed to be sort of a take on the very first Spawn toy that had the plastic removable cape. That if you had it, as soon as you got that toy, that cape never stayed the fuck on.
Nope.
Because it just kind of hung there with like a very loose bone chain clasp thing. And he had a board with a nail in it was his weapon.
He did, yep. That was his weapon. It was like a club with a nail in it.
Yeah, and he was fucking stealing hearts from that moment on. But all the figures after that were fucking gold. That medieval Spawn, which I really want like a version of this, but it's medieval Spawn.
That's the rumor. Yeah. So that's the next one he wants to do in this style.
The reason why he's in this round, other than that we love Spawn, and Spawn's a 90s character, in the HBO series, animated series of Spawn, which is like 3 seasons long, he was voiced by
Tony Todd. Oh, wait.
Keith David.
Oh.
Keith David. So
their wings. They got the wings. Kinda.
So this toy was the Kickstarter series. It was much. I'm gonna take the sword out of his hand. It's definitely helping with his hip weighing down bullshit. He was a much lauded return to form figure. Todd McFarlane kind of fucked off with his whole Spawn franchise, but as the 90s came back, so did the interest in Spawn.
Yep.
Sort of. And this figure busted up on Kickstarter. It blew up.
Yeah.
I got the classic Spawn.
Yeah.
There was like another version of Spawn.
There was modern Spawn, classic Spawn, and then like artist proof black and white.
The modern Spawn, he had like he was the asymmetrical big boot version. And
which I was never a fan of. He also came with the lace face.
Yeah, that's true. Which was funny because that is a weird cross.
Yes, it is, because Batman did that.
Batman bataranged his face.
Yeah, and while it's not canon to Batman, it is canon to Spawn.
So suck on it, Batman.
Yeah, it's so weird.
So I got the classic version because I love the classic version, but I own the Mortal Kombat Spawn, and he has the big boot. So I'm like, okay, well,
you got your big boot version.
I have my asymmetrical Spawn and then my symmetrical Spawn.
Yep.
He comes with a weird, like this weird sword that I guess is a Spawn sword for a reason.
Sure, like a necro sword or something.
Yeah, he comes with a big gun. I actually have my Mortal Kombat Spawn holding the big gun. And then he comes with a Marvel Legends type.
Comes with a bunch of hands. Yeah, little necro energy things.
He's posable-ish. Except that he has this cape that prevents it from being posable.
Yeah, so he's got tons of articulation and a cape that prevents all of it.
Yeah, so he's got like shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips,
waist,
nips, all of it. But the cape is so big and you can't take it off.
And that's the other problem, is specifically in the like little preview videos he did showing like the updates for the figure, he said that the cape was going to be removable.
And it was not.
And it's not.
But this
it is glued on.
But this is definitely a symptomatic thing of the later Spawn franchise. Spawn blew up the toy world in the 90s. Since
Spawn changed the toy world. If it weren't for McFarlane Toys and
this
Spawn,
would never happen. That's what this figure is. It's an homage to us, the 90s toy collectors. In the 90s, it was like a fun experience being like, oh, there's this cool guy. He looks kind of vaguely like Spider-Man or Doctor Strange. And he's a black guy.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane made a cool move, made like a cool African-American hero, family, and it was a really cool way to do it because like you didn't know walking into Spawn that he was a black character.
No, it's kind of
until you read it a little bit and you're like, oh shit, okay.
And you know what? Who cares? It's fine. It's great.
And that's the best part of it is when you get to that part of the story, it doesn't matter what everyone is. It's still just a story about a guy who died under suspicious circumstances, got sent to hell, and is now trying to figure out what the fuck this whole game is that he's playing.
Yeah.
And it was a cool twist on it.
It was cool.
So like, say whatever, like Tom McFarlane, I've heard there's a million things about he's kind of a shitty guy or whatever, but same thing, he introduced a really cool, subversive for the 90s, like comic character that took the world by storm, and it's fucking rad. Yeah. It was so cool. All right, we went off on a way tangent.
Wow, I'm gonna cut
6
all
minutes,
that out.
All of that 6 minutes gone. That is 6 minutes of our lives we wasted. All right, we doing this?
Yeah.
You're debating if you want to do the whole shot.
No, I'm not. I'm doing half the shot. I'm doing half the shot. I accidentally poured too much.
Yes,
it's gonna be a thing. So let's just go ahead. Let's just get into it. Let's just lead in.
Your shit.
No. I've got this double shot poured to the brim because I wasn't sure how much was left in my bottle.
We've been drinking.
And I'm like, okay, I've still got some, and I thought just a little bit, so I kept pouring it. It filled up the rest of the glass.
You know, scientists probably don't science while they're drunk because
they don't.
Gonna fuck up
no, legally
results.
they don't. So I'm just gonna drink half of this. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. It burns. It's on fire. I'm gonna go more. Apple Crown. Why? Why do you do this?
Why you do me? All right.
Okay.
We are in the final couple rounds.
We're in the final throes of passion. We're in the death throes of BOTSNSHOTS.
That's it. That's the one.
That's the one. Did I do it right?
Yeah. Passion, no. Death throes, yes.
Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to pull out is a very special type of monster. I have been getting into...
I tried to sneak a peek, but I can't... I'm drunk enough that I can't remember what he had pulled out over there.
Oh, I'm just going to say Power Rangers, and you'll probably know. That's not my wiener. I've been getting... I got... Oh my god.
The end of your wiener.
The end of my wiener. It's like a worm.
It's like a thing with a bigger head and a smaller shaft.
No. Like a tortoise penis?
No, like a mushroom. Like a small...
Yeah,
have
you seen a tortoise penis?
I haven't.
Oh, they like extend out and bloom out like an alien. It's really weird.
Go on.
Nope, that's as far as I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna bring it out. What I have for you is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pumpkin Wrapper. He's part of their Lightning Collection Monster Collection. He is a monster from season, I believe, 2 of the Power Rangers. Now, I can go really into depth on this guy because back in June, I got into watching Super Sentai. And yeah, I know that. I don't know why I pronounced it wrong. I'm just going to blame the alcohol. Super Sentai. Thanks to Dan Larson from Toy Galaxy. And we started watching Chojin Sentai Jetoman. Then we watched Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger, which is what became Power Rangers. Now this is not actually from that. What this is from is known as ZU2, where the company that filmed Zyuranger and then the sequel Dairanger, which never was made in America, but they filmed Japanese footage that never made it into Sentai, but because they filmed it for the American Power Rangers, but they used like their cameras and costumes and like the kaiju scenes and stuff like that. So Pumpkin Wrapper here.
So it's like making a Mystery Science Theater for Mystery Science
basically,
Theater
yes.
people.
Yes, absolutely.
Actually having a thing that it's doing.
So Pumpkin Wrapper here
That is a mind fuck.
It really is.
That is a mind fuck to learn about.
He never existed in any Japanese Sentai show.
But it was filmed by people who make Japanese Sentai shows.
Correct. Yeah. But you know, when we said we were doing our monster Halloween episode, I'm like, well, I've got a guy who has a pumpkin for a head.
It's upside down
It's an upside down pumpkin for a head. And you know what? So it's not a perfect figure. He needs a wash on him. Like he's got a lot of molded detail, but there's not a lot of paint apps.
He's the best costume for like a porn parody.
It really is.
Because he could be the Jerk-o'-lantern and you wouldn't even question it. Like
absolutely.
A dick would fall out as the Jerk-o'-lantern.
So his like gimmick in the show is like he rapped. He's the pumpkin rapper. So he did a rap thing. But there was also like
I love 90s corporate takes on.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It is.
But he also did this thing where he could put. He came with these little pumpkins here. He came with 3 of these little pumpkins, and he came with this little kind of energy effect. He also came with a couple different hands. Obviously, because the Lightning Collection is actually pretty good about coming with a bunch of hands.
It's like the Marvel Legends of the...
Yeah, pretty much. So you can put the pumpkin in there, so it's like he's like, levitating the pumpkin. But the pumpkin can also... I brought out my little White Ranger here. Now, I'm going to... People know this is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers White Ranger. I'm just going to say I've been watching Die Ranger, which is the sequel to Jew Ranger, which became Power Rangers. I know. This is Kiba Ranger. This is the White Ranger from the season afterwards. They just put it into Power Rangers. They just shoehorned him in.
So it was like the Green Ranger, like let's
basically it was so the Power Ranger, the Super Sentai seasons last a year. So the Jew Ranger went from 92 to 93. Power Rangers started in America in 93, and they just took all the Sentai scenes and the Kaiju scenes from Jew Ranger and put them in America and replaced all the human parts with like teenagers and whatnot. Right. But then when they got to season 2, instead of switching over to Die Ranger, which was the sequel, where this guy's from,
the ninjas.
Well, they didn't know that was actually season 3,
okay,
which was Kaku Ranger. You can actually put the pumpkin, and it's got a little thing on the bottom where it sticks on the head. So like this is an intended feature where you can. If I'm not drunk, I can put it on.
You can't put it on when he's sober.
I know it's a thing.
You can mime it. I'll pretend.
No, I'm gonna.
Oh wow, you put that on. You didn't.
You totally put that on.
You didn't fuck this up at all.
Well, if nobody messed that up, it certainly wasn't you.
You edited it in such a way that everything looks great and everything makes sense.
There we go.
I love doing this show because nothing is edited. All of it is real.
It's all real time. No edits. Yeah, so you can replace the helmets with the pumpkin because that's what happened in the episode.
I way prefer that. I like that there's no facial features on it. Like,
no, it's just a pumpkin. It's just a straight pumpkin.
It's a solid pumpkin, not jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, pumpkin. Absolutely. So I got the Kiba Ranger here because that's what I'm calling him because the White Power Ranger just sounds weird.
I like pumpkins, Cotton.
Yeah, I got kind of into Sentai. I really did.
Yeah.
Like, I did not expect to like Sentai as much as I did. Power Rangers, I think, is kind of lame.
It's only funny.
But Sentai is fun. I just want to say, so far, I've watched the first 3 Super Sentai series on there. Jetman, Jew Ranger, and Die Ranger. Die Ranger is my favorite. Jetman is also really good. Jew Ranger, which became Power Rangers, it's kind of weird. Not my favorite.
More of an American import.
Exactly. Yeah. But I will say...
Do you feel like if you had never seen Power Rangers, it would have been better?
No. It's still better than Power Rangers. I don't really know anything about him. I haven't actually seen his episode. I just know he was a villain from Power Rangers, but he wasn't in Sentai.
Are you gonna pumpkin rap?
I'm not gonna pumpkin rap. No,
because he's a pumpkin rapper and he's sick. He's something. He's rapping on the USA.
That's always the go-to. I have no idea what I'm doing rapping rhyme.
I think it's because
my name is Mike, and I'm here to say that I'm gonna rap in a major way. Like say and way rhyme, so that's how you open up all your. I don't know how to rap raps.
I feel like there has to have been some rap group that did that started that thing that it makes it easy to do.
Tell me you don't know how to rap without telling me you don't know how to rap.
I feel like I want to say it was shittily enough Run DMC because their stuff is a lot more straight-laced and forward. I don't want to disparage DMC because of his epic performance today.
Yeah,
but
DMC did. He rapped in a major way today.
He did. I don't know how we're starting this one. Just come back into it. We're just recording.
I think that's how we started. Right there. There's like a meta way of starting it where
we talk about starting it before we actually start it.
It's called hanging the lampshade.
Why is that hanging the lampshade?
It's a TV trope thing where you talk about something that's obvious to acknowledge the fact that it's obvious.
Is it because that reference is not as obvious as it should be for naming a reference that is that obvious?
Yeah.
Is this a Seinfeld trope?
I actually don't know where it came from.
Because it feels like a Seinfeld...
We could go to tvtropes.com and look up hanging the lampshade and see where it came from.
It feels like a Seinfeld-esque trope of like forced culture.
It could be.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just finish this shit up.
What?
Are we finishing the show? Are we finishing it?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, a final round.
No, it's fine.
Let's preamble this. This is our final round.
We're preambling it? What are we, the fucking Constitution?
Yeah.
Are we the Declaration of Independence?
I fucking wish we were. Maybe things would be better if we were.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's be honest.
All right.
If you and I sat down and got to rewrite the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, don't you think things would be a little better?
No, we'd have the Bill of Wrongs.
But let's face facts.
We'd have the William of Wrongs.
But wait, I guess in our Bill of Rights,
William of Wrongs.
Did we get to know what the previous Bill of Rights was?
I think so.
Before we write it? So we can, like, fuck with it?
Yeah. We have to. I might cut all that out.
This
is going to be like the time in the last episode where we talked about the fucking CIA and banana republics, and I cut the whole thing out.
I'm going to snap it like Thanos, and we're just going to introduce this last segment.
All right.
Welcome back to the final round.
There we go.
Bodies in the shotties.
Yes.
We're drunk as skunks.
We are drunk. We're very drunk.
Also, do we know how drunk skunks get to say that we are drunk as skunks?
Well,
I think just a rhyming?
It's a rhyming convention, but also skunks always, even sober, come in at 0.6. Not 0.8, but 0.6
and to
alcohol.
be fair, when I'm drunk, I spray my scent glands.
You do.
Everywhere.
As soon as you raise your tail, I know to get out of the way.
That's why your living room is a mess.
Downwind. That's right.
Is a mess.
Yep.
So we
There's a lot of tomato juice around.
We're neck deep in Halloween. Like
I would say elbow deep in Halloween.
Shaft deep, 3/4 of the
balls deep.
We're really balls deep.
We could be.
All right. So I want to put the freeze on everyone. So we're talking about pumpkins.
We got pumpkin wrappers.
We've covered a lot of our bases: monsters, death, pumpkins.
Yep. We got a lot going on.
Transformers. But
Gargoyles.
What about the sweets?
Well, we haven't talked once about candy. We haven't even eaten candy tonight.
We haven't even there's candy I've eaten in our break that I had a Kit Kat. I have
the Trader Joe's peanut butter cups.
It's over there.
You love, yeah.
I loved them. And he wasn't. I
didn't offer it. I'm so sorry.
And the other thing we haven't talked about is giant radioactive monsters.
Why haven't we talked about giant radioactive monsters?
We touched on it slightly with Sentai.
They kind of become giant radioactive monsters. Yeah, that's true.
I feel like we have to take it to the next level.
Queen Bandora. Witch Bandora, actually. It's not Rita Repulsa. It's Witch Bandora. She has her own song.
I don't admit this, but this is an art toy of mine.
Yeah, it is. Oh,
this is the Abominable Snow Cone by Jason Limon, an artist.
Wait, hold on. Jason Momoa?
Limon.
Oh.
Like it's like L-I-M-O-N.
I thought Aquaman made that.
No, not Jason Momoa, but this.
I just noticed that he has a tail.
Yes. This is the Abominable Snow Cone. He is a snow cone monster. He's grape.
It's grape.
He's grape. I purposely bought him because he is grape.
Okay.
There's other flavors. There's a red color for the
Tiger's
cherry
blood?
flavor. Cherry flavor.
Oh, okay.
There's a rainbow flavor. There's a lime flavor. There's a blueberry flavor. There's an orange flavor.
Cotton candy flavor is the best flavor.
I went for grape because grape is my favorite as a kid.
Tiger's blood or cotton candy. That's what I want.
Who gives a shit? This is grape flavor, and he comes with not only his tributary murder spoon, but the ice cream truck that he chases after for revenge.
It's very kaiju-like. I like it.
Yes,
I like it. That's actually kind of why we paired them together. Because they're both kind of kaiju-ish. Yeah.
So when we were
funny, he doesn't look kaiju-ish.
Right. That was the best joke you've ever made on all of Boston Shots. This is the last episode. Shut it down. Thank you everybody for watching. Best joke. He is kaiju-ish. He just looks so good.
I'm glad you chose him. I feel like he's the perfect,
a kaiju aesthetic for this episode.
I've got a pumpkin that raps and puts pumpkins on other people's heads.
And now I have a killer snow cone.
That's right. I feel like it just works so well for the final round.
And for everyone that wants a fantastic art toy, Jason Limon's Abominable Snow Cone.
Not Jason Momoa. He does not have an... Does not have abominable snow cone.
There's other flavors. He is always delicious.
What's your favorite snow cone flavor? Let us know down in the comments, please. I'm not genuinely curious.
So, side note for nerds, he's
got light piping.
He's light piped. I love him for this.
He's translucent.
Because, of course, he's made of snow cone material.
You're made of snow cone material. And I mean that you watching.
You viewers.
You, deep down inside, bring out your... What snow cone flavor?
What is your inner snow cone?
What if you were a Super Sentai team, if you were a Power Rangers team, and you were snow cone themed, what Ranger are you? Are you Grape Ranger?
What would you be?
Oh, man, I would be the Super 6 member. I would be Tiger's Blood.
I'd be Lime. I'd be the green.
The green one, the green lime, yeah.
Would you think if he showed up suddenly the White Ranger was in trouble?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because now we have.
Now you got pumpkin wrapper.
You have the.
And you got grape. Yeah, absolutely. This honestly, if you told me this is a Power Rangers bad guy, I would believe you.
Right.
I believe you. Looks like a Power Rangers, like a Sentai bad guy, 100%. In fact, in was it? It was Jetman. There was a bad guy that was a cup of ramen noodles.
I remember the cup of noodles.
He was a cup of noodle. Anyway, he was a bad. So this is the end.
This is Halloween.
This is
Halloween?
Halloween.
How do we sing this song without getting sued?
That's true. I like the band Ween. Does that count?
Yeah. I like to read a magazine.
Well, welcome to the end of our next episode where we just talked about a lot of fun, scary monster creatures. What was your favorite?
Probably the snow cone.
It's tough to say.
Honest. The snow cone.
Honestly, the snow cone's probably my favorite.
Snow cone
it really is.
Definitely
it really is.
Accidentally winning the game.
Yeah, it really is.
He jumped out. I mean, like, this one's got titties. This one is Spawn. That guy's Goliath.
Yeah.
But this one's a snow cone monster.
Yeah, man. I think for me, it's the snow cone for the best. You won this one with the snow cone. But I think my second favorite is actually Razar. If I had to pick a second, it would be Razar here. I just think for what he is, the monster, the detail, the articulation, every one of these other figures has their own problems.
Yeah. And
issues.
And their own homes for greatness. Like they both they all have like the thing that makes them shitty and the thing that makes them absolutely great.
Yeah.
This one, it's boobies.
Yeah.
We know this.
Yeah, we know this. But like this one limits a lot of the articulation despite the fact that he's a fun alien anime figure. Same thing with this one. The Spawn is great, but the cape just limits so much. He's got 1,000 points of articulation, but it's all meaningless because of the cape. Goliath can barely stand on his own
because of the cape.
Because of his stupid wings or lack of a cape. The pumpkin wrapper is just... Who fucking cares?
He's a pumpkin rapper.
He's a pumpkin rapper. The Mythic Legions is probably number 3 for me, personally.
Honestly, he's in my top 5.
He's in your top 5 for sure.
Yeah,
there we go. For sure. What's your favorite? Let us know down in the downstairs area. We love to read and respond to all those, but we like it when you give your feedback. I live to read comments.
I love to see stuff in our downstairs area.
You love it when someone puts something in the downstairs area.
And
yes,
I will comment sometimes on occasion if I'm awake.
Yes, it's true.
In the downstairs area.
It's true. So thank you for watching our latest episode of Bots and Shots. I really enjoyed doing this. It was fun getting some non-Transformers on here, even though we did get some Transformers on here.
But only a couple, and then we went off the beaten path.
I think I won with the Transformer, no offense.
That's fair.
I mean, Blackarachnia is not fair.
I might have won with the snow cone.
You did. You won overall with the snow cone, but for Transformers, Blackarachnia is better than Fangry.
Oh.
But that's not really that much of a competition.
We're not even talking about that right now.
That's true. The snow cone is the best cone. Before we go, though, I would like to thank all the people that support us on Patreon, right here on screen.
You beautiful people.
This right here, these are the people that support us at a Black Series level or higher. And it means so much to us that you do that. I just want to point you on screen because we're very drunk right now.
Yeah.
And we love you.
We love you so much. Thank you for watching our weird inconsistent.
Hey, don't get us wrong. If your name's not on this list, we still love you. But we love these people like an extra amount. Like it's like we love the people we don't love. The people we love. The people on Patreon. That's the...
It's a little arc we got.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just the law of the land. That's just nature.
He does the numbers. I just do the fingers.
That's true. He fingers all the... And I just numbers.
Yeah, he numbers, I fingers.
That's right. But we'll see you next time. Whenever that may be.
Or next month?
Maybe. Who knows? I'm not the future. Bye.
Bye.
Just wanted to feel good. Just wanted